and welcome to my channel. I am Andrea and this is Beyond the Pink Door, and you are very welcome, just to sort out my collar there, you're very welcome to my weekly sewing vlog. So I'm back this week with a load of plans. I missed out doing a vlog last week because I had an extremely busy week and I just hit a wall of tiredness on Friday, and I was actually just feeling so tired that I just didn't have it in me to do a video, and I'd nothing to share. And you know when you just sort of feel like you've hit a bit of a funk, really. So the best way to kind of get myself out of that was to hit the sewing machine, and I made the Nina Lee Southbank Sweater dress, which I'm wearing, and I also made Cerys the Billie dress from Tilly and the Buttons. So we both showed them off in last week's live vlog, and I am absolutely just so thrilled with both of them. I've worn this dress so much. I'll stand up and give you a little sneak peek of it. So it's made from this lovely sweater knit that I have in the shop, or well, I don't have this colour anymore, but I do have black, navy and rust. So if you watched my live or our live video last week, I showed it off and chatted about it. So this is my first Southbank dress, believe it or not, and I made a size 10 on the top and I graded down to a 12 on the hips, and I shortened the length by 2 inches because I'm only 5 foot, and I shortened the sleeves by 2 inches. When I make the next one, and there will be a next one, I will make the cuff a little bit tighter. So that's the only thing I would change, but I love the neck and I just love everything about it, and it's just perfect for this week. I've worn it loads. Cerys's dress turned out gorgeous as well, so that's the Billie, Tilly and the Buttons. It's actually in the wash at the moment, so I can't show it to you, but I definitely think there'll be more. So I have some sewing plans for December. I think I'm trying not to be overly ambitious with what I want to make in December, and that's simply because I feel I did very little in November, and that was only because I was really busy with my shop. So between ordering and sending out orders, I didn't have a lot of time to sew, which I am not complaining about because it's the way I make my living, selling my fabrics. Excuse me, I have this ongoing tickly cough that comes from my allergies. So it keeps coming and going, and I should really have brought up a drink of water, but I didn't. But what I do have plans for now in December, and I'm actually so excited about this, is I'm going to make Cerys the Sew Over It 1960s coat, and I've spoken about this in the live vlogs and it's finally happening. I have the pattern all cut out, so all of the pieces cut out. I have the fabric ready, and it's this lovely red coating fabric that we have in the shop as well. So the minute Cerys saw this red fabric, she just said to me, "Oh mommy, I'd love a red coat." So I mean, who's going to deny her a lovely red coat? And then a day later, the Sew Over It launched their 1960s coat, so I sent it off to be printed, and it's going to happen. And I've chosen this, I haven't actually shown her this yet, but I've chosen this for the lining. So it's just a viscose, and I think it's called Floral Spot, and I actually think it's out of stock now in the shop because I'm going to use it for the lining, and I'm going to use it for the lining because of the red flower. I think it'll be really cute to look at inside, and plus we're debating about putting red or black buttons on the front, so I think they're going to be a decision to be made when it's almost finished. So I think that is going to look really lovely inside. So I'm really excited about making this, and I'm going to film the making of this. I'm probably going to have to do it in maybe 2 or 3 videos, I think, because it's quite an intensive make. So yeah, we're really excited about that. I do love making a coat. So yeah, I think you can tell I'm really excited, and I'm loving the pattern. I've cut it all out, as in the paper pattern, and I think I'm going to start today into the coat. So of course, today is Saturday, and there's all the different Black Friday sales going on at the moment. And when I got up this morning, I watched Lisa from And So On. She has a brilliant vlog. It's I link down below, and it's all about loads and loads of discounts on all the pattern companies at the moment. So I have been enabled this morning, and I found a few pattern companies that I didn't even know about. So I've written down a few actually, because I want to just tell you that some of my favourite pattern companies have some great sales on at the moment, and now is definitely the time to pick up your PDFs and get them printed, which is exactly what I did this morning. So of course, you know that the chalk and notch fringe dress is my favourite dress of all time, and there is between 20 and 30% off the chalk and notch patterns at the moment, just depending on how many you buy, I think. And then my other favourite pattern is the Forget Me Not Valerie dress, and the Forget Me Not pattern company have 25% off patterns at the moment. And I know that Joe, who is the designer behind Forget Me Not Patterns, has some beautiful designs, and they're just such a lovely, lovely fit. And of course, she has given away, there's a free pattern called the Vera top at the moment, so that was just launched recently. I of course got it, and I've downloaded, and I have it in a file for printing. So it's a beautiful top with gathered sleeves and a V-neck, and I don't think I've ever made a V-neck before, so I'm looking forward to giving that a go. So that's not going to be part of my December plans, because I don't want to overload myself with anything, but definitely the 1960s coat is on the December plans. So I picked up a few patterns this morning. So what I usually do with Stylearc is I put a few patterns into the cart, and they're really good for having discounts throughout the year. So when I see a discount coming up then in one of my newsletters, so if you subscribe to the newsletters, you get the heads up about their discounts. And I've been waiting and waiting for a discount, and I had this Palermo knit jacket in my cart for ages, and it just looks really cool. And I managed to pick that up this morning, and in my cart at the same time, and I have to say, I don't often get so lucky like this, I also had the emery top, because I just really liked the sleeves on this. So this is a lovely little top. I had this in the cart, had another little route through the website just to see if there was anything else I fancied picking up, and then realised that the emery top is actually one of the free patterns this month from Stylearc. So every month Stylearc have, I think it's 2 patterns that you can choose from. So when you do your order, you can choose between one of the free patterns, pop it into the cart, add in the discount code, and you get one for free. So the emery top is the free pattern, one of the 2 free patterns this month. So I got 2 fabulous patterns, and I love both of these. And I think they cost me just a little over €8 for the 2 patterns, because there was the discount on the Palermo cardigan, and then the emery top was free. So it was like, woo! Thank you, Stylearc, I was thrilled. Now I also have, and I haven't committed to buy it yet, I have the Sew Over It ebook capsule wardrobe, I think it is. I'm not quite sure. It's got the molly top, the skirt, the Lola coatigan, and what I really want in it is the Mia jeans. So I have that there because I'm thinking about it. It's reduced by 30% at the moment, which is a great saving, and I do love these Sew Over It patterns, but if I'm being honest with myself, that's all I want in it really is the Mia jeans. So I'm really thinking about that. I do like the Lola coat as well. It's the nice waterfall coat, but I have quite a few patterns like that, but I love the look of those jeans. So I have that there to tempt me at the moment in the cart, but I think there's another couple of days before that discount expires. And then watching Lisa's vlog this morning, she introduced me to a pattern company I'd never heard of before, and it's called Waffle Patterns, and they have lots of coats, tops, dresses, lovely range, but I was really, really taken by the coats, and I bought straight away, because you know when you see something and you think, I have to have that. It's called the Pepper Newt hooded coat. So it's this coat, and I will insert a picture of it here. I just looked at it and I just loved it. So as a child, I loved a duffel coat. I just really loved a duffel coat. And I remember having a hand-me-down from one of my cousins, and it was just far too big. But I just loved my duffel coat. So I had to buy this because I just love all the details in it. What I really like about it is that it's got a seam between the top and the bottom. So as a short person, I'm always very attracted to a pattern where I have a seam, and that's simply because if it doesn't fit me really well, I can open that seam and I can make some adjustments to the lengths. So I find with doing a coat, even if I do a toile, it's just, and most of the alterations are going to be happening while I'm making the coat. Because if I make the toile out of a random piece of fabric, it's going to fit different when I make the coat. And it's very hard to find a toile fabric in the same sort of weight as the possible coat fabric. So I think I'm just going to go for it. I love all the details. So there's a lovely yoke detail, and there's a possibility of doing some piping up here, and I love the pockets. There's a zip on it. I think what I like about it is that I've actually made a lot of very simple pieces lately, and that's because I want to sew and I want to make something and just have the pleasure of making it and wearing it. So I've made my Southbank, I've made Cerys's Billie. I have another few ideas of things that I want to make for Christmas presents that I'm going to talk about in a minute. But I think that's why I'm really looking forward to the coat for Cerys, is that it's more involved to make, and I'll be able to maybe come up here to my sewing room in the evenings and do a little bit, leave it, come back to it. So this is a plan for January. This is certainly not a December plan. And I'm also thinking about doing a quilted lining for it, because I'm going to show you the fabric that I have a plan for. So I have this lovely plum 100% wool kind of tweed fabric in the shop, and the minute the rep showed me the little square of this, I loved it, and I just thought I have to make something with it. So I'm going to make the Waffle Patterns coat from this, and I'm really looking forward to doing the little piping detail. So I'll get a darker colour of this so it'll highlight it a little bit, and I'd love to do a padded lining because this is 100% wool, but it's lovely and fine. So I think having a padded lining in it is going to make it so cozy. So even if this gets made in January and it's not worn until next winter, I really don't mind. I don't mind if it takes me all of January to make it. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And then in other kind of craft news, I've been trying to change my routine a little bit, just because, of course, which of us is leaving the house anymore for any great deal of time? So I'm just finding, and I'm sure you are too, that one day is sort of rolling into the next. And I am beginning to feel like I'm living at work rather than working from home. So again, trying to change the routine a little bit and trying to do something else in the evening rather than go on my phone for the evening, which usually goes on to like researching fabrics. So I leave one computer and then I sit down. I'm not a great television person, so I'm not great to have the television on. Not that interested in watching it that much. Now I am watching Netflix. I'm watching The Crown at the moment, which I have to say I'm really enjoying. So I bring my iPad to bed and I tune into an episode or two, all depending, and it just helps me sleep that bit easier. So it's like completely tuning out from sewing and work and watching something completely different, and I'm finding that I'm getting a much better sleep after that. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. And the other thing that I've started doing is I've pulled out my rug making kit that I bought 20 years ago, and this is it. I think it's 4 foot long by maybe 2 foot wide, not quite sure, but that's all is to be finished on it, is this much here. And the reason it was abandoned a couple of years ago was I ran out of one of the colours, which is really, really odd. So that bright red colour there, which is the outline to the grids of patterns, I've run out of that red. And so I'm not quite sure if I lost a ball of it in maybe a move of houses, because I think I moved twice with this moved twice with me, maybe 3 times even, or whether it was never in the kit in the first place. But yeah, when I found out that I had run out of the red, I went researching to try and find more red, which never happened. So I've been doing a lot of clearing out of my attic this year as well. So I tend to, if I'm sure most of us do this as well, I tend to store things in the attic for when I might need them again, and then they're there for 10 years. Or I may store things for the charity shop or things like that. Or so I've been doing loads of clearing out of paperwork as well, and I came across my rug basically. So I've started doing a bit of this in the evenings, and it's really, I'm really enjoying it. So my plan is that I am going to finish all the colours that I do have, and then work out a plan of how I'm going to do the red. So the only plan that I have in my head at the moment is there's one large piece here in the middle with red, and I just thought that maybe when I finish, I'll see what colours I have left over, and I will unpick the red out of that and substitute another colour in. Something to that degree, because I really want to finish this. And it's been going on for 20 years, so I almost consider it's a family heirloom at this stage. So that's what I've been at in the evenings. I had thought about taking up a little bit of knitting, but I have a few of unfinished projects that are dating back quite a number of years. So I think when I finish this, there's probably another 2 maybe embroidery projects that haven't been finished that I might take up. I can't promise, but yeah, that's what I've been at in the evenings as well. And the other thing that I'm thinking of doing for December is, and I think this might work in with the coat as well, is I'm thinking of taking part in Vlogmas. So last year I was just new to the whole YouTube thing. I don't even think I was actually vlogging at this stage, I'm not quite sure, but I really enjoy tuning into other sewing vlogs that were doing Vlogmas. So basically what Vlogmas is, it's a little snippet of each day. So it's a video each day just showing what you're up to, whether that's sewing, work, family, putting up the Christmas tree, making presents, whatever it is, going to work. Yeah, I really enjoy that because I love a sneaky look into people's lives, really enjoy that. So, and I particularly enjoyed doing the vlog a couple of weeks ago of the week in the life, really enjoyed that. And I think it would be a good way as well of sort of motivating me as well each day. So yeah, I'm very much a person who needs to be almost accountable. So I think, yeah, I am thinking seriously about doing that. So that would start next week on the 1st, which is Tuesday, and then it would run on until, I think it's Christmas Eve, I think. I'm not actually quite sure, I have to look into it. And yeah, so that's my plans for December. We have a coat, and the other, oh yeah, the other plan that I have is I'm going to make some Christmas presents. So my wonderful sister-in-law lives next door, married to my brother, bless her, and they have 3 children. And I usually just, yeah, go out and buy them things. They're the only ones that I have really to buy for, to be fair. I have a very, very, very small family. And this year I'm going to make my sister-in-law a Harper cardigan because she has admired every single one of mine. So I'm going to make her one this year, and she's the same-ish size as me. And my niece, then, I think I'm going to make her a Billie sweater dress as well, because I think she would really like it. I'm going to have a little chat with her mother and just see would she like the dress or the sweater, just to get an idea, because I don't want to make one and she prefer another. And then her little sister is my little niece who I make bits and pieces for throughout the year when I have like scraps of fabrics, t-shirts, sweatshirts, you know, things like that. So I'm going to make her, I think, a sweatshirt or a number of t-shirts, possibly a sweater dress as well, because she loves something like that. So yeah, that's my plans for a couple of present makes. So it's going to be a busy December, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. If you don't subscribe to me, just think about hitting the subscription button, and if you enjoyed this video, hit the like, and there's a notification bell as well if you'd like to keep up with my videos when I post them. And we will have our Sunday evening live again this week, and I will see you then. Bye!